Imagine this. You're scanning the bottom of the Baltic Sea, expecting rocks, mud maybe, a sunken boat or two. But suddenly something strange appears on the sonar screen. So strange it looks like it's straight out of a science fiction movie. A massive, perfectly round object sitting 300 feet below the surface, with symmetrical lines and right angles that scream, "Not natural." It's huge, about 200 feet wide, and shaped eerily like the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. No one had ever seen anything like it, and even today, over a decade later, no one can fully explain what it is. This is the Baltic Sea Anomaly, a mysterious object discovered in 2011 by a group of Swedish treasure hunters known as Ocean X. Using side-scan sonar, they were searching for shipwrecks and old booze left behind from World War I when they stumbled upon something that stopped them in their tracks. The object was sitting 92 meters deep between Sweden and Finland in an area where no major structures were supposed to exist. What they found was a circular structure with strange patterns, long straight lines, and even what appeared to be a staircase leading to its center. From the sonar images alone, people were stunned. Was this a crashed UFO? A secret Nazi base? Or some ancient underwater monument lost to time? As news of the discovery spread, theories began pouring in from every direction. Some believed it was an alien spaceship buried for thousands of years. Others thought it might be the remnants of the lost city of Atlantis, or a man-made structure from an ancient forgotten civilization. One thing was clear. The Baltic Sea Anomaly was unlike anything explorers or scientists had ever encountered in that part of the world. It didn't match the shape of natural rock formations, and the sonar images suggested features that looked almost mechanical. The entire world was suddenly obsessed with a blurry underwater image from the bottom of a freezing sea. But the mystery didn't end with the initial discovery. When Ocean X returned to the site for a second expedition, things got even weirder. As they approached the anomaly, their equipment began to malfunction. Cameras stopped working. Satellite phones lost signal. Even their sonar gear went haywire, something that had never happened to them before. Crew members reported strange electrical disturbances. According to Ocean X co-founder Peter Lindbergh, it was like the object didn't want to be examined. And when they finally managed to dive down and get physical samples, they were more confused than ever. The samples retrieved from the site were tested by independent geologists. Some materials were found to be made of metal and others of volcanic stone. Yet curiously, there's no volcanic activity in that part of the Baltic Sea. Some of the rock appeared scorched, as if exposed to extreme heat. Was it a natural formation created under very strange conditions? Or could it be the remnants of something man-made or not made by humans at all? That's when the real debate began. Geologists, marine experts, and even UFO researchers jumped into the conversation. Some scientists argue that the object could simply be a glacial deposit left behind from the Ice Age, possibly shaped by melting glaciers thousands of years ago. They say it only looks artificial because of the way sonar images distort shapes. But skeptics aren't convinced. If it were just a random rock formation, why would the sonar show it to be perfectly round? Why would it have right angles, stair-like features, and what looked like a ramp or landing strip? And more importantly, why would electrical equipment fail so dramatically near it? One geologist who examined the data said the anomaly might be a pillow basalt formation, something that forms when lava erupts underwater and cools rapidly. But that doesn't explain the straight lines and symmetrical design. Others pointed out that the Baltic Sea has no known volcanic history in that area, making a basalt formation highly unlikely. Meanwhile, some experts in ancient architecture began comparing the structure to stone monoliths found in places like Göbekli Tepe and underwater ruins near Japan's Yonaguni Monument. The similarities were enough to raise eyebrows. Then came the wildest theory of all, that the Baltic Sea Anomaly might be a crashed extraterrestrial craft. The shape, the size, the apparent metallic composition, and the strange electromagnetic interference all added fuel to the fire. Ancient astronaut theorists argued that the object could have been there for thousands of years, possibly even tens of thousands, hidden beneath layers of sediment and ice, waiting to be rediscovered. Some even speculated that it wasn't a crash at all, but a deliberate landing site or base, abandoned long ago by visitors from another world. Of course, most scientists dismiss the alien theory outright. They say there's simply not enough hard evidence. But even the skeptics agree on one thing. The Baltic Sea anomaly is weird, very weird. And the more you look into it, the more questions you have. If it's just a rock, why does it defy so many geological explanations? If it's man-made, who built it? And why is it 300 feet underwater in a place where no such structures should exist? And if it's something else entirely, are we ready for that answer? To this day, the mystery remains unsolved. OceanX hasn't returned for another major expedition, partly due to funding issues and partly due to how difficult the site is to access. The Baltic Sea is cold, dark, and rough, with poor visibility and strong currents. It's not an easy place to explore. Meanwhile, scientific institutions have shown little interest in fully investigating the anomaly, possibly because of the stigma attached to anything that smells even slightly like a UFO story. But that's exactly what keeps the legend alive: the lack of definitive answers, the fuzzy sonar images, the bizarre samples, the malfunctioning electronics. All of it forms a perfect cocktail of mystery, science, and speculation. It's the kind of story that makes you wonder just how much we still don't know about our own planet, about the oceans that cover more than 70% of Earth's surface, yet remain less explored than the moon. And maybe that's the true significance of the Baltic Sea anomaly. Whether it's the remains of a crashed alien spacecraft, the ruins of an ancient civilization, or just an unusually shaped rock formed by glaciers, it reminds us how much of our own planet remains a mystery. While we chase stars and explore distant planets, there are still vast parts of Earth, especially the deep sea, that we barely understand. This anomaly, sitting quietly 300 feet beneath the icy waters of the Baltic, challenges everything we assume about what should and shouldn't exist on our planet. It sparks curiosity. It pushes us to question the limits of science, to wonder whether everything has already been explained or whether we've only scratched the surface. It's a conversation starter, not just among conspiracy theorists and UFO believers, but also among scientists, divers, and anyone fascinated by the unknown. Because sometimes the mystery isn't about what is, it's about what could be. Sure, some experts have claimed it's just a natural formation, that the case is closed. But despite those conclusions, thousands of people still pore over every sonar scan, every blurry image, every diver's comment. The debate continues, alive and fueled by imagination, uncertainty, and the hope that maybe, just maybe this time, the truth is more unbelievable than the fiction. And until a fully funded, unbiased expedition returns with clear answers, the Baltic Sea anomaly will remain one of the ocean's most haunting secrets, still waiting to be explored. So, what do you think? Is the Baltic Sea anomaly just a misunderstood natural formation shaped by time and ice? Or is it something far more extraordinary, something we're not ready to explain? Either way, one thing is certain: the oceans are still full of mysteries, and the Baltic Sea might just be hiding one of the biggest of them all. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another deep sea mystery or unsolved secret. And tell us in the comments, what's your theory about the Baltic Sea anomaly? Let's see how deep this rabbit hole really goes.